had let up down, they were lost and never found. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground.
Hey, what's up everyone? Here's my top 20 personal list of my best games of 2010. I'm going to actually do the first 10, 20 to 11 in this part, and then the next part's going to be 10 to 1, because we all know no one actually listens to why I picked these games. They just want to know which one is which and blah blah blah. So you'll be skipping through, you'll have to count yourselves because I don't actually edit these and put like number 20, number 19. I just say it because I'm lazy and there's a lot of stuff that is going wrong with my computer, so I can't really do a lot. So, hey, if I had the editing equipment, I would. But anyway, if you don't know, you're new to my videos, this is like the first video you're watching of mine. I say stuff off the top of my head, so a lot of this stuff is going to be from just what I remember from the game, because some of these games I haven't played in a little while, so I will just be like, oh, this, I really like this game, next one. So, whatever. Just believe me, watch my review if you don't believe me in one video game, you know, whatever. And yeah, don't compare scores also, like if one game got a 9 and one game got an 8 and that 8 is actually higher on the list than 9, that could mean that I actually like the game more as I played it, so, or maybe I like it less than I did before, so whatever. Anyway, let's get into the top 20 with number 20, which is Singularity. Singularity was a game that caught me by surprise because I didn't think it was actually going to be good. I heard about it a long time ago, maybe like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and I thought it was really cool, but it was delayed, and then it came out of really nowhere. So I was really skeptical about this game. I played it, I really enjoyed it, loved the time manipulation parts of it. You don't actually get to reverse time or anything, but you can like age your enemy or revert the age of some object so you get upstairs or something. And it's really good. Some of the weapons are really fun. The story is actually pretty decent also, and overall, I just really liked the game. It was a lot of fun, and I played it 2 times through, so we're starting the top list with a game that I actually played twice. I mean, the campaign is short, but I did play it twice, so can't say that for a lot of the games on this list, though. So let's go on to number 19, which is Dead Rising 2. Now, Dead Rising 2 was a game that I was actually not really looking forward to. I mean, I didn't really care for the first Dead Rising. I did like it at first, but then it just got really boring. This one I played almost 40 hours of, even though I had some frustration with the game, like the save system was still a little weird, and some of the bosses were really frustrating. It was still a lot of fun just to kill and make your new weapons and kill all these zombies with the new weapons you can make with the combo weapons. Like you can combine a freaking rake and a car battery and make a freaking electric fence, so you just tap a zombie and they freaking explode into electrical shock, and it's really fun. It does get repetitive sometimes, but after 40 hours, I think I got my money's worth, okay? 40 hours for $60. Well, for me, $80 because I got the limited edition. But still, pretty good. $40 for 80 hours of fun. Didn't really feel that repetitive because whenever it did get a little repetitive, I stopped playing. Then the next day, hey, it was still fun. So, whatever. Dead Rising 2, to me, was a really fun game. So, let's go on to number 18, which is Mafia 2. Now, Mafia 2 is one of those games that a lot of people either love or hate. I love the game because I love the story in the game. Now, the story didn't actually get into my top 5 of best compelling stories, whatever I did for my award thing. It was really close in there, but it didn't get quite in there, but it's still a really good story with some pretty fun gameplay, some really likable characters, some great voice acting. For the most part, the stereotypical voice acting is kind of lame, but some really nice graphics, and like I said, some good gameplay. It got a little repetitive also, and it was a little annoying sometimes, but it was really fun, and the story really made the game for me. If the story wasn't good, then the game would be alright. But considering it is a Mafia sequel, was a little disappointing from the first one because the first one was so freaking good, but it was still a great game, definitely in my top 20 because the story was so good. So let's go on to number 17. Vanquish. Now, Vanquish is easy to explain. Okay, the only main problem I have with this game is really short. It's really short. It's like 3.5, maybe 4 hours. It took me 4 hours on the easiest difficulty, so maybe it'll be longer if you played it on other difficulties. Let me tell you about everything else that's fun. Just the whole gameplay. You have like rocket boots that you can just fly around in the, well, not in the air, but you get to jet around in your boots and you just like sliding, doing rock star slides. You can slow down time and just kill your enemies, and it's just a lot of fun. The story's kind of lame also, but you know, at least it has some cool characters in there. And And when I mean cool, I mean cheesy cool. And just the game is a lot of fun and chaotic as hell. Now, this game is made by Platinum Games, which you will be seeing really soon again because they made another game that's in my top 20. You probably already know what that is. Talking about that game, let's go on to number 16, which is Bayonetta, Platinum Games, again. Look at that. I forgot it was actually next, so when I said pretty soon, I mean really soon. Like half a second later, because Bayonetta is one of those games, again, is really chaotic, really crazy, and a lot of fun. I actually think this is much better than Devil May Cry 4. Devil May Cry 4 was a disappointment. This game was a lot of fun. It made up for that, even though it wasn't even the same guys that made it. I can't wait for the new Devil May Cry, so don't give me crap, because I didn't like Devil May Cry 4 all that much. I really like this game. I wish we could see a sequel. I don't think so, but hopefully Platinum Games will keep making games. I heard they will, because Sega was like, you know what, you guys are cool. You're making good games for us. Maybe they're not selling all that well, but hell, they're good, so keep making us games. That's awesome. Can't wait to see more. They also made Mad World, which was alright, but it was their first game. These two, great. Vanquish and Bayonetta, definitely recommended. They're pretty cheap now. More on the Bayonetta side, because it's cheaper, but Vanquish is also about $30, so check it out. Let's go on to my number 15, which is Limbo. Now, Limbo is a game that I absolutely loved when I played it, and I still do love it. The reason why it's not higher, it would have been higher, it's because it's pretty short for the amount of money it is. I got it for free, but still, it's $15 for about 2-3 hours, and after that, really, it's all the same stuff, going back and forth, going through the game. You can find, like, hidden eggs here and there, but that's really it. The game itself, though, is so eerie and so cool. The puzzles are great. The atmosphere is great. The sound design is terrific. It was really close to winning my sound design of the year. It was right next to Battlefield Bad Company, but that one was amazing. This was really good. It was really eerie. Not the only eerie game on this top 20 list, though, but really a really eerie game. I did not expect that. I love saying that word eerie, by the way. Eerie. Anyway. Yeah, great game, Limbo, fantastic. Number 15. Let's go on to number 14, though, which is Splinter Cell Conviction. What a fun game this is. Again, something like Vanquish and even Limbo, it was a little too short. It was about 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours long. But that 4.5 hours was just awesome. And the multiplayer in the game is a lot of fun. I even put it in the nominations for Best Multiplayer Game of the Year. No one voted for it, but it was a really good multiplayer, and overall, I really liked it. It was great to see Sam Fisher once again after like 4 years since Double Agent disappointed everyone, me. And it was cool to see this new feature like the marking and executing thing. It's really cool. Can't wait to see it in the sixth Splinter Cell. And I just can't wait. I can't wait for the sixth one. And this is such a great game with a pretty decent story, good voice acting, and just awesome gameplay. So, Splinter Cell Conviction, you're so much fun. Another game that I completed twice, on the same difficulty, but twice. So let's go on to number 13, which is Fable 3. Now, this actually kind of saddens me to say Fable 3 is only 13 and not higher, because I couldn't wait for Fable 3. It was like one of my most anticipated games of last year, and it really disappointed me, but it was still a great game. Unlike Fable 2, it was a game that I didn't go back to, because Fable 2, I couldn't stop playing it, but just going back and visiting these towns and stuff. And the third one, I stopped playing it after I was done with it. Not even do side missions, which I didn't even start it over again. And the second one, I played it like 3 times. So it did disappoint me a lot, but it's still a lot of fun. It still has the same old combat, which is awesome. I mean, awesome. Goddamn, I can't even talk. It's awesome. I love it. The story is actually much better. I love that you actually have a voice for your character, which is really cool. The graphics are pretty good. The art design, I think, is okay. I don't know why people hate it so much. And overall, I really like the game. But not as good as Fable 1 or 2. But still, a good game. So let's go on to number 12, which is NieR. Now, a lot of people never really heard of this game. It's a Square Enix game. They didn't make it, but they published it. And it is made by the guys that made Drakengard 1 and 2, which Drakengard is one of my favorites for the PS2. Drakengard 2, I played, didn't like it all that much. But really, I really love NieR. It's such a good game. The combat's really fun. The characters are really interesting and cool. There's some little anime things here, like the main chicken here dresses in like the skimpiest little outfits, which is just weird because she's supposed to be the badass chick in it, and it's like, I don't want to see that, man. Don't do a Jack from Mass Effect 2. I don't want to see that, okay? Just slow your roll. Slow your roll. Anyway, yeah. It does some little anime things here, and it does get a little stupidly emotional in some parts, but the story, besides that, is epic. The voice acting is pretty decent for the main characters, at least. Definitely the book. There's a talking book in this game. Don't go, it's gay. Talking books are gay. So, yeah. And just overall, I really love the game. The gameplay is really fun. Love to mix and match the magic here and there and stuff. The world is pretty cool. It's not like huge or anything, but it's pretty cool. And overall, the game I just fell in love with. I don't believe I'm saying this about JRPG, but I love it. I do. I love this game. I would give it high. I would put it higher, but the gameplay isn't that great. I mean, it is good. I mean, really good, but it's not that great. And also, some of the voice acting is a little weak here and there. And sometimes, like I said, the story slips. But overall, fantastic game. Let's go on to number 11, which I have a feeling people are going to hate me for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. My number 11 is God of War 3. Now, I can hear the blood boiling in your friggin' veins right now. Why is it only number 11? How come it's not number 3 or 2 or number 1, you faggot? Well, let me say this right here. It's the same game over and over again, and that wouldn't be bad because I mean, come on, I love Halo and I love I don't know, I even love Call of Duty and stuff, and those are kind of the same thing over and over again. If it was fun now, I don't know. God of War 3, when I played it, I had a lot of fun, but thinking about it, it was short, it was forgettable, and I don't know. It was just short, forgettable, and I don't know, like my sex life, but yeah, I just don't know what to say about it. I mean, that's really all I can say. I mean, it's still a great game, don't get me wrong, and it's a great conclusion to an already fantastic trilogy, but come on, man, I've been playing the PSP games also, and I'm just like, I don't even want to play these anymore. They're just the same thing over and over again. They don't try anything different. I mean, they always, like, take your powers away and then give you a whole bunch of different stuff. There you go. You start over again. I don't know why. It's just God of War. Every other game that I love, if they keep doing it over and over again, that's fine. Maybe besides Fable 3 also, but I still love it. But God of War 3, I'm sorry, I love God of War 3. It's still my number 11. It's still a great game. It's just not as great as I would have expected it. I still give like a 9.5 when I played it. I would definitely drop that score a little lower, maybe a 9, but still a great game. So there you go. That's the first part. 20 to 11. Hopefully, you don't hate me for my number 11. And maybe you'll hate me for something else on the list. I don't know what. But anyway, there you go. And let's go on to part 2, which is 10 to 1.